Welcome to Speak Local, where we break down real, everyday Aussie English.
Let's get into it.
I want to tell you about the 3 times I accidentally told my whole team I didn't like them in 1 week, without saying a single rude word.
Okay, that's a strong open, and honestly, I think I know exactly where this is going because I've done a version of it.
First proper job here. Friday afternoon, a guy from my team leans over and goes, "Knock off drinks?" And I said, "Oh no, thank you, I'm fine." Warm, I thought. Next Friday, "We're heading to the pub, you coming?" "Oh no, you go ahead." And the 3rd Friday, he didn't even ask me.
Oof, and see, that one I feel in my body because the move you made is the move I still make on instinct.
Oof is right. And I could not work out what had gone wrong. Because where I grew up, the polite thing was to decline the first invitation. You don't pounce on it like you've been waiting by the door. You say, no, I couldn't, they insist. And then you go. That was the dance I was raised on.
I grew up with the same dance. To me, saying yes the first time still feels almost rude, like I'm being greedy for the invite.
Right? And here, nobody does the dance. Here, no thanks means no thanks. There's no round 2. So my gracious little 2-step read as, she doesn't want to be here. I wasn't being shy. I wasn't bad at this. I was being polite. By my own rule book. Nobody handed me the local one.
And nobody can hand it to you, honestly. I was born here and I couldn't write it down.
That's the thing. Nobody can. The social code is the one part of the job that's never in the handbook, and it decides whether you've got mates at work or you eat lunch alone. So today, the 3 of us are decoding it. Welcome to Reading the Room.
So, before we get into it, say the frame because this one's about friends, not work emails. And I want the frame as much as the audience does because I'm still living inside it.
The frame is this, and it matters even more for the social stuff. You are not reserved. You are not bad at making friends. You already own a complete, gracious way of connecting with people. The warm, formal one where you ask after someone's family and you mean it. That's not a smaller setting. It's a beautiful one. We're just adding a second one next to it, the flat, teasing, casual Australian one, so you can pick which the room is asking for. And quick thing before we start. Nobody's asking you to change how you sound. I still sound like me. We're just learning when to say, "let me know," instead of "kindly revert." That's register, not accent.
2 kinds of warm.
2 kinds of warm. One is warm by care, respect, attention. One is warm by teasing, banter, taking the mickey. They look like opposites. They do the identical job. And here's why this episode matters. Speaking the language gets you the job. Reading the room gets you the mates. And the mates are where the careers happen. The promotion, the tip-off about a role, the "come work on my team," almost none of it travels through the formal channel. It travels through the knock-off drinks. So if the social code stays locked, you can be the best person in the building and still be outside the thing that moves you up.
Which, and I'll say this as someone it's happened to, is a genuinely unfair way to run a workplace when you say it out loud.
It is. And naming it isn't a complaint, it's a map. The door was never locked. It just had no sign on it. So let's put the sign up. Segment 1. The very first thing that happens when you meet someone. So you meet someone new. Where I'm from, one of the loveliest things you can say is, "May I know your good name?" Or, Your good name, please?
Your good name. I still say it, and I love it every time.
It's gorgeous. It's often traced to a phrase carried straight over from languages back home. The idea of your auspicious name, your good name. And it does something kind. It treats your name as a good thing, worth asking after gently. Not, what's your name? Blunt, demanding. May I know your good name? Softer, more honoured. Nothing to fix here. It's one of the most graceful openers in any English on earth.
So, what's the Australian version? Because I genuinely freeze on this one at parties.
The Australian version does the same kind work in a totally different key. You'd say, sorry, I didn't catch your name? Which is funny because it pretends you missed it, even when they never told you. Or just, and you are, with a smile. Less ceremony, same courtesy. It's got its own charm, even if it can't match your good name for sheer grace. So, keep your good name for the warm formal setting where it lands beautifully. At the Aussie barbecue, sorry, I didn't catch your name, is the casual warm version of the same kindness.
I didn't catch it, even when they never said it. That's so sneaky polite. I'm going to start using that as cover.
It's the whole Australian style. It makes the moment no one's fault, so nobody feels awkward. Hold that idea. It comes back. Segment 2. The first few minutes with someone new. When you meet someone new back home, you bring out your best manners. It's a great pleasure to meet you. I've heard so many wonderful things. You ask after the family, you're attentive, a little formal, and that formality is the respect. You honour the new connection by treating it as important, and then you do it to an Australian and they sort of back away slowly.
Oh, I've watched someone's face do that to me. I led with all my best warmth, and they looked genuinely alarmed.
Because we don't know what to do with that much warmth up front, we get a bit suspicious, like, what does this person want?
Right. Because the Australian first meeting style is the opposite energy. Flat, casual, low-key on purpose. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, good, you? And not. Maybe a joke at their own expense within 30 seconds. The warmth is hidden on purpose. They show you they like you by being relaxed around you, not impressed by you.
So the formal warmth reads as too much?
It reads as intense to them. And here's the important part. Not because either of you is wrong. You're each running a different setting. Your instinct is the kind one. Once you both know you're just on different settings, the awkwardness honestly evaporates. So to be read as easy to be around here, dial the display of warmth down at the start, not the warmth itself. Lead with relaxed, not impressed. Whisper it instead of announcing it. Segment 3. The one I personally got wrong the most. The invitation. This is the one from my cold open, so I have feelings. The Australian invitation is deliberately low stakes. We should grab a coffee sometime. Quick one at knockoff. Come round for a barbie Sunday. And the trap is, it's said so casually it doesn't sound like a real invitation. So you let it float past. Whereas back home, an invitation is a production. Warm, insistent, you must come, we won't take no. The Aussie casualness is how they invite you without pressure. They leave you an easy exit so you don't feel cornered. It's a kindness disguised as indifference.
And this is where I have to confess, I still do the decline. Someone says quick one at knockoff, and the words, oh no I couldn't, are halfway out of my mouth before I catch them. Every single time.
And the part nobody warns you about is, if you don't take it up a couple of times, we just quietly stop offering, not in a huff. We assume you're not keen.
Which is exactly my 3 Fridays. And nothing was wrong with my manners. The code just had no instructions. So let me hand you the ones nobody handed me. Treat the casual invite as completely real and say yes more often than feels natural. At least the first few times. No dance, no, oh I couldn't, just, yeah I'm keen, or yeah I'm in. Keen and I'm in are your golden words. And knock off drinks. Heading to the pub after work. That gentle little Friday invite is the doorway. That's where the mates are made.
So the rule is catch the oh, I couldn't and swap in, yeah, I'm keen.
That's the rule. And don't let the silence cost you what it nearly cost me. Because it was never your fault, and it isn't his either. Say yes to the Barbie. Segment 4. What to actually do when you get there. Okay, you said yes. Brilliant. Now there are 2 pieces of social machinery that, if you miss them, will quietly mark you as someone who doesn't get it. And they're both about money and food, exactly the stuff nobody explains. Number 1, the shout.
The shout, genuinely asking because I got this wrong for about a year.
Your shout! At the pub in a group, you don't each buy your own drink. One person buys a round, a drink for everyone, then the next person buys the next round and it goes around the group. That's shouting. It's my shout means I'm buying this round. Your shout means your turn to buy.
And the one thing that quietly counts against you is to never shout, to take 3 rounds off other people and never buy one back.
That's the trap. And it's invisible. Nobody tells you you did it wrong. They just quietly decide you don't chip in and stop inviting you. So, keep track. Buy your round. Even if you're not drinking, I'll get this one. What's everyone having? Buys more goodwill than almost anything else. It says, I'm one of you.
And the food one, because bring a plate nearly ended me.
Bring a plate. If someone says bring a plate, they do not mean an empty plate.
Reader, I once stood in a kitchen holding one clean empty plate, absolutely mortified.
It's honestly the most confusing instruction in the language. You're not the only one who's turned up with one bare plate.
Bring a plate means bring a dish of food to share. A salad, snacks, a dessert, enough for everyone. It's a potluck. And BYO, bring your own, usually means your own drinks. So, Barbie Sunday, BYO, bring a plate decodes to, we'll do the barbecue, you bring drinks and a dish to share. And this one's a gift to you. Bringing a beautiful dish from home is the fastest way to become everyone's favourite person at the party. Shout your round, bring a plate. 2 rules, and you're suddenly in. Segment 5. The one that feels like an attack but is actually a hug. This is the big one. The thing that, the first time it happens, feels genuinely hostile. Banter. Teasing. Australians show affection by taking the mickey, gently ribbing you, giving you a hard time.
So when Simon's mean to me, that's love?
That's love. If I'm polite to you, that's when you should worry. That means I don't know you well enough to take the piss.
And that's inverted from how a lot of us are raised. Where I'm from, you show warmth by being gracious, gentle, never embarrassing someone. So the first time a new colleague gives you a hard time about running 5 minutes late, look who finally rocked up. Your whole body goes cold. It feels like a dig.
It does. The first time I got the look who finally rocked up, I went stiff. I thought I'd genuinely offended someone.
But it's the opposite. That's me trying to be your friend. Badly, as we do.
It is the opposite. The teasing is an invitation. It means I'm comfortable enough with you to muck around. And you're meant to give it straight back. You don't take it seriously and you don't get hurt. You volley it back. And the master move, the thing Australians love most, is turning the teasing on yourself. Self-deprecation. Self-deprecation. Putting yourself down, lightly, for a laugh. Australians adore a person who can take the mickey out of themselves. Burn the toast and go, yeah, world class, this is why they don't let me near the kitchen. You've won the room. It signals you don't take yourself too seriously, which is prized about as highly as anything is here. The opposite is being up yourself, acting like you're better than everyone.
Don't be up yourself. Number 1 rule.
And here I want to be careful because this is real. And Arjun, back me up. You do not have to become someone who insults their friends if that's not who you are. That's not the ask. The ask is just, when it comes at you, read it right. Know its affection. Don't flinch. Lob a gentle one back when you're ready. You can keep your graciousness and still take a joke. Both are you.
I'll back that up hard. I will probably never be a natural Mickey taker, and that's fine. I just stopped flinching, and that alone changed everything. You don't have to become someone else. You just stop reading the hug as a punch.
Exactly that. Segment 6. The most efficient word in the language. Cheers. You think it's the thing you say clinking glasses. It is so much more than that. In Australia, cheers means thank you. It means goodbye. It means you're welcome. It means got it, all good. One tiny word doing the work of 5. Someone holds a door. Cheers. You end an email. Cheers, Priya. You hand someone their coffee. They say cheers, mate, and walk off. It's the Swiss Army knife of Australian friendliness.
I resisted cheers for ages. It felt too casual to carry real thanks. And now I end every interaction of my life with it. I've set it to a vending machine.
And what's lovely about it for us is that it's easy. One warm syllable you can deploy anywhere, and it instantly makes you sound local, where you might reach for, thank you so much, I really appreciate it. Perfect, gracious, completely correct. The casual, warm version is just cheers. Same gratitude, Australian setting. So that's your phrase of the day. Cheers. Use it everywhere. You genuinely cannot overuse it.
Okay, but surely some of this runs the other way. Surely there's stuff they should learn from us.
Oh, there's a big one. It's the social sister of prepone, the word our English handed Australia in another episode. But this one isn't a word. It's a whole way of greeting someone. The Australian greeting is, how you going? We'll decode it properly in a second, but the short version is, it's not a real question. You say good thanks, and you both keep walking.
It's true. We don't want the answer. The answer terrifies us.
Now here's what we say. How are you keeping? How is your health? How is the family? And this is the part. We mean it. We stop. We wait for the answer. We actually want to know how your mother's knee is. It's a real, unhurried, fully meant act of care. Not throat clearing. I am genuinely making time for how you are.
That's so much warmer, and it's the one bit of the code switch I refuse to give up. I still stop and wait for the real answer.
Good. Keep refusing. It's so much warmer, and it's a real gift to offer here. The casual version greases the day, but it's a greeting with the meaning kept light on purpose. Nobody's lonely from a lack of, "How you going?" People reach for a lack of, "How are you keeping?" said slowly by someone who waits for the answer.
The first time someone asked me that and actually stopped, I didn't know what to do with myself, and then it was the nicest part of my week.
And that's the gift. You don't arrive with a social deficit to patch. You arrive carrying something a lot of people here would love more of, a slower, fully meant kind of warmth. Keep it. Be the person who actually stops and asks. You'll be the one people remember, because you gave them the thing the casual code forgot to include. Respect runs both ways, and "How are you keeping?" is the proof.
Right, but I still can't read half of what comes back at me socially. Decode it for both of us.
Yes, because the social setting is even more coded than the work one. At work, people are at least trying to be clear. Socially, they're casual, sarcastic, and vague all at once. The social decoder. Simon, you're the specimen, as ever.
I accept my role.
Number 1, how you going? Socially, this ambushes everyone. Someone walks past. How you going? And your kind, attentive instinct is to answer, to actually tell them. And they've already walked off. It's not rudeness. How you going just means hello. The whole exchange is, how you going? Good, thanks, you. Good. And you've both left. Nobody wants the report.
I gave a full and honest answer in a corridor once and watched the person panic.
As they should have. We are not built for the honest answer.
So, answer short, ask it back, keep moving. That's the move. Number 2, the genuinely unhinged one. Yeah, nah, and nah, yeah. Simon, coming to the Barbie Sunday?
Yeah, nah, I've got a thing.
He just said yes and no in the same breath, and the answer is no. Yeah, nah is a soft, friendly no. The yeah is just him acknowledging you, softening the blow. The real answer is the last word. Nah, yeah is the opposite. A soft yes. So, listen for the final word. Everything before it is social cushioning.
That is a kind way to describe something that broke my brain for a solid month.
Number 3, understatement. The social version, which is how you'll know if someone actually likes you, the party, anything. Australians shrink every feeling. If the barbecue was fantastic, they'll say, yeah, not bad. Best night of their year? Yeah, it was all right. And the warmest praise an Australian can give a person? Yeah, he's not a bad bloke. That means they love him.
Not a bad bloke is basically a wedding speech.
It really is. So flip the dial up. The real feeling is 1 or 2 sizes bigger. Not bad is good. Pretty good is great. I wouldn't say no is yes. Please, absolutely. And a bit ordinary means it was genuinely terrible. The smaller the words, the bigger the feeling underneath. Number 4, names. Back home, respected sir, respected madam, uncle, auntie. A title deference is the warm, correct, respectful way. It comes from real reverence. And then you get here, and the most senior person in the room insists you call him by his first name. Or worse, mate.
And I will admit, calling the boss by his first name still makes my hand sweat a little. Sir is right there in my mouth.
And if you keep calling me sir, I get genuinely uncomfortable. I never know where to look.
Which is wild from the outside. but it's the same flat ground egalitarian thing. Nobody's meant to act above anyone else. Tall poppy. So mate and the first name do the exact social work your respected sir did. Showing respect. Just pointing the opposite direction. The respect is the informality. G'day Dave to the CEO isn't disrespect. It's the local dialect of respect. And mate lets you be friendly with anyone.
I feel like I need a phrase book for a casual conversation.
You do, and that's not a failing. It's the reason this segment exists. A quick last handful. No worries, the national motto. You're welcome. It's fine. No problem. Don't stress. You're right. Isn't asking if you're emotionally okay. It's, do you need a hand? Heaps means lots. Thanks heaps. And reckon means think. I reckon is I think. And yeah. Reckon means, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, reckon is me agreeing with everything forever.
And notice, none of these are warm in a gushing way. They're warm in a relaxed, I've got you, no big deal way. Once your ear retunes, you stop hearing Australian casualness as coldness. It was friendliness the whole time. It just wears very flat shoes.
Okay, land it for us.
Here's where we've been. May I know your good name becomes, sorry, I didn't catch your name. The casual invite, knock off drinks. Come round for a barbie. Is real, so say, yeah, I'm keen, and go. At the pub, shout your round. At the barbie, bring a plate. When they tease you, that's affection. Don't flinch. Cheers is thanks and bye, and you're welcome, all in one. And to read the room, how you going is hello, yeah, nah is no. Nah, yeah is yes, not bad is good, the boss is mate, and no worries means it's all fine.
And the gif that goes the other way.
How are you keeping? Said slowly, and meant, that's the one you teach them. Because here's the truth. You were never reserved and you were never bad at this. You walked in already fluent in one beautiful kind of warmth. Nobody handed you the flat teasing casual kind because nobody writes it down. So we wrote it down. Keep every bit of warmth you came with. Add this second setting for the corridor, the kitchen, the knock-off drinks. Both of them are you.
And I'll say it as the one still learning it with you. You don't lose the first warmth to pick up the second. I haven't. I just stopped flinching at the casual one, and the mate showed up.
And come to the barbie. We do actually want you there. We're just too Australian to say it properly.
He means that with his whole heart, which is why he hid it in a joke. If this helped, there's a whole season. One on the Aussie work email where please find attached herewith goes to live a shorter life, and one on speaking up in meetings. Subscribe and we'll see you next time. And the next time someone says knock off drinks, you say yes.
Cheers, everyone.
See, he's got it.
Thanks so much for learning with us today.
If it helped, give us a subscribe, and the next lesson's ready when you are.
This has been Speak Local, real, everyday Aussie English.
See you next time. Catch ya.